All right, my friends. Oh, one moment. Accidentally causing a minor echo in the background. Hey, Twitch chat, how is everybody doing today? Welcome back to Let Us Play. I'm your host, Father Evan. Happy All Saints Day to y'all. Great feast day to remember all of the saints, named and unnamed, who have gone before us and have, given us that strength, that those examples, and continue to be with us to give us strength and help us in our paths to holiness. So we're so happy to have you here with us today. We're going to be taking a look at Old Fave, Minecraft. Gotta turn that off. Sorry, I thought I could get music to work, but the way my wires are set up, it's kind of too much going on to do that properly. But yeah, so today we're going to be looking at a server that my family has been running since 2017, approximately, I think. I forget exactly when. A while. Just going to give you a tour of the things that have been built, mostly by me, honestly. And then going to just keep working on a few things. So we're not going to have a ton of sound today. Minecraft is a pretty quiet game, but it's a good chill one. And of course, we have to start sleeping. So how's everybody in Twitch chat doing today? Everyone having a good day? So I wish I could show y'all what this pattern looked, what this place looked like, do like a time lapse, but that would have required a couple years of planning, and didn't have that in mind when I started this. But essentially, I found a really nice canyon with a cave leading up into the canyon side, and decided to call that home base and just have shaped that out and just continue to build upon it. Hey, Step Zero. Yeah, I do appreciate you not doing anything antagonistic. But so have here just little nice little quiet bedroom. I've got my cat, my little Siamese. And of course the ever useful ender chest. But carved out this space, so I built 3 rooms, one for my brother Ian, one for Dad. Built a nice little common room here. And this has grown and evolved over time. Again, this was just like a rough hewn cave, so I've shaped it out. You could still come in and do a Step Zero sign. You could probably find... You found spawn last time. I'm at spawn. But I like the tessellated pattern I've done here on the floor, alternating with the diorite and the wood. I think it's just a nice little touch. Nice little fireplace, complete with actual chimney you can look up. Oh, yeah, not from your Chromebook. Proof that I have completed the fight with the end dragon and gone venturing through the end. Nice little kitchen, which hilariously enough is laid out exactly like the kitchen in the home I grew up in, and I didn't realize that until I was done, but it's fridge, sink, stove in a U-shape like this. Over here we have the library. Everyone's got to have a good library. Books, so many books. Complete with secret passage. Dun dun dun. Secret passage leads back. There's the kitchen. Here's a map of everything. So I'll let you take a look. This is the map of my kingdom. So we'll take a tour of all this. Also, I have this lovely painting of a skeleton in a baseball hat, serving also as a secret passage. I don't know what I'm going to put back here yet. This is one of the more recent things I've done, and I just wanted to do this with a painting more than anything else. I didn't have anything in mind yet to put back there, but, if you're thinking of doing something in Minecraft, if you use signs like this, you can post a picture on it. But because signs are passable as player, boom, secret passage. So coming out the foyer here, this is the canyon I found. There was just like an opening here. Opened it up, widened it, made that home. Nice little Scottish flag there, because why not? Yes, secret tunnel through the mountain. Do I still have the chat? Oh, don't worry, Kit. You will see the churches. Emphasis on the plural there. But yeah, I just have this lovely little meadow of flowers. It's nice and serene. Hidden back here because I like secret passages. The enchanting room. I have a wheat farm up there. We'll get there in a moment. Because first I'll show you the mines. To the mines, storage, and sugarcane farm. So down here I have various farms. This is a fishing farm where you can endlessly fish, and it's really good to just leave this like running overnight with something holding down the key to fish. Because you will just get, tons of fish to feed yourself, but also good enchantment books like mending. I heard a zombie somewhere. Oh, that reminds me of a setting I should turn on. Music and sound. Subtitles. There we go. Nice little accessibility. So I set up some sugarcane / bamboo farms down here. I made guardians. They get stuck in corners a lot. Some more sugarcane farms. This farm makes, using a composter makes bone meal automatically. It's very convenient. All of my storage, nicely labeled, nicely organized, nicely full. Yes, there is a cat. I have an extra bed down here if it's night and I need to sleep. Lots of furnaces, smelting, and the crafting, and the fixing up area. And a cat. The cat who keeps things safe. Good kitty. Convenient portal to the end. Also a concrete concretizer. You can just sit here, hold down both mouse buttons, and make a ton of concrete powder into solid concrete real quickly. Gonna turn the game up just a skosh. It's a wee bit. Minecraft is a quiet game. That's why it's good for a chill Tuesday. Before I head down to the mines, let's show you this big boxy monstrosity. If you hang out here, you'll hear lots of cat meows. So cats are the natural enemy of the creeper in Minecraft. So what you can do is you get some cats in there and you set it up so only creepers can spawn. And then the creepers freak out when they see the cats, but the only place to go is the center. The center leads to a fire, which is over all this. Boom. Gunpowder farm. Also, this was before stream, but someone followed the channel named Churro Expedition Company. I am here for this. I want to sign up. Do they need a chaplain? And behold, my mines. Rows and rows and rows of mines. Strip mining the earth for all of its goods. I'll show you just how deep this goes, which shows, again, how long I have been playing this. And we found things in this tunnel. I found an abandoned mine shaft. I found lots of lava. Found plenty of resources. And more lava. You see big open pockets like this. This is what I have a beacon, which lets me mine really quickly. It's set up elsewhere in the base right now. Everyone have a good Halloween last night? Everyone get lots of trick-or-treaters? Boom. That's the terminal end. I finally hit lava dead on, and I just didn't feel like filling it in. Quite frankly, I think I have enough space that I don't need to. Well, that's good you didn't get any trick-or-treaters since you're trying to sleep. Can you talk again yet, Step Zero? Is your voice back? And again, you can see how deep these tunnels, well, not all of them, but you can see most of these are mined out until they hit lava on one end. That's good that your voice is recovered. And of course, there's the auxiliary mine behind the stairs and the auxiliary mine below the stairs. So this was added when they did the big update, adding the deep, or whatever it was called, the caverns update, about a year ago, I guess now, maybe? I don't know. I can't keep track of all the updates. But anyway, I had to add another mine to go even deeper. I am the Mines of Moria. Where is the Balrog? I am the Balrog. Look at me. I'm the Balrog now. Oh, I should show everyone. There's my Minecraft skin. Let's put the Elytra back on because we'll be flying all over the place soon enough. These two doors just lead off to some open branches that were available in this cave. Because again, this was actually part of the open caves that I found. Kitty AC, you're... Oh, it's nighttime. Your coworker also wants to know where the Balrog is? Again, I'm the Balrog. I am the maker of fire. I cast out the wizards. So let's head... Oh, little chicken farm. Future site of KFC. Fortunately, the chickens don't know how to read, so they don't know what that says. My sheep farm of ever-changing sheep. It's a sheep of another color. It doesn't go quite the same as the other saying. But they are my sheep. And they're all named Jeb. 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 So if you get a name tag and you make it Jeb all lowercase underscore, and then you use that on a mob, it will do interesting things. So for the sheep, it makes their wool constantly change color. When you shear them, it's whatever base color they were. So all of these are actually white, which is very convenient. But if you do it to one of the protectors, one of the guardians, their whole sprite will be inverted, and they'll walk around on their head. It's very funny. I used to have one, but then some update screwed it up. Anyway, over here is a pyramid. So I'm a huge fan of the card game. You are the lieutenant of the traitors, Valar Morgoth. Look, don't bring my work, don't bring my CV into this. Anyway, so I built this pyramid with the floating top based on the set expansion for Amonkhet from Magic the Gathering. I'm a huge Magic the Gathering fan. Loved the art of Amonkhet, which was like a very Egyptian mythological world, and was inspired, yeah, just to make a cool looking pyramid. I'm really a big fan of these columns on the base with the fountains. Inside, it's full of water. Oh, and all of this is built in creative, by the way. Or not create in survival, not creative. So I do have to mine, refine, and place all of these manually. Oh, look, there's an Enderman. We're going to leave him alone. Maybe he's painting happy little trees, happy little blocks. As I said on the tweet announcing this, we're just going to put a block on top of another block. That's really all Minecraft is, isn't it? I aspire to be the Bob Ross of Minecraft. Some elevators. Not grain elevators, but elevators get you to the grain. One of my first creations was just to build a lighthouse up here. Yeah, Minecraft groups are absolutely just groups. Sep-Zero, you left a door open. So this was just an early design, early spiral staircase. I like the lanterns. This was before chains were a thing, and I have a general rule, not like a hard and fast rule, but a general rule that if there are new blocks, I don't go back and replace existing blocks. I like leaving it as it was to learn about, to learn from what I did and say, oh, what did I like, what didn't I like? So I've left these as the iron rods they are. So yeah, here's the lighthouse. It's quite lovely when it's snowing up here because you just get to watch it all. Oh, you can see the airship in the distance that I'm building. We'll get back to that. There's the observatory. We'll head over there next. If I afro my hair, I don't think my hair is that curly. I certainly have plenty of hair, but it's not that curly. So this was, again, also pretty early. Pretty low texture, if you will. Not a lot of variety going on. But a design of a suspension bridge, just functional to allow me to get across this gap so I can get up to this mountaintop. See? There's the lighthouse. We have a mead hall over here. Anytime I defeat these things, I hang their banners up in here. I quite like the shape of the fireplace here, except for the fact that the dragon head is floating, but just ignore that. Just look the other way. Yeah, so the audio tags in the bottom right, that's the subtitles. You can set it up during the audio. It's actually really helpful if you're mining. Because what you can do is you'll hear where there's lava or monsters. And so you know either to go that way or to avoid it. So that even if you can't see it, it can really help you dig deeper. Because it'll also give you the arrows if it's left or right. So over here you can see most of what I have built. A little archery range for fun. I really like how these aqueducts turned out. Again, this was a Magic-inspired piece. It was inspired by the artwork for a card called Temple Garden from the original Ravnica block. It has this huge spire with this sort of wide open lattice structure. I was just kind of inspired by that and thought, hey, what if I use something like that to make an aqueduct? And the fun part is these aqueducts are actually functional. One is slightly lower than the other. But I decided to make it kind of fun and fantasy, and so they actually float, as you see. And they break off and empty into the large river. I built a little guard tower because I figured, A, it's good to just have a spare bed somewhere so you can change it from day to night, but also figured, the edge of the village up against the forest should have something to protect them. Even if there's not a ton of people here, certainly no villagers, it's just fun to have a little narrative in your Minecraft. So I built this monument. This was one of the first things I actually built. I joke that it's a monument to nothing because I have nothing in mind for what it is, but it's just inspired by the monuments of like Washington, D.C., where I went to seminary. Just sort of massive domed buildings, open air, with some sort of nice art piece in the middle. So I've kind of renamed this to be like the atomic monument or something. It's like a giant atom or whatever. So I have paved most of my kingdom. This is the tunnel that leads back to the base. It cuts right through the mountain, gets to the canyon. I also have it protected. Some secret defenses. If anyone's banging on my door and I don't like that, whatcha? Redstone's fun to mess around with. I've also named all of the roads in Italian, like they do in, Rome, obviously, but and then you see stuff like this. I, for better and for worse, I've spent a lot of time in Minecraft, but I've named all the roads in Italian. So Via Scienza, Science Way, essentially Science Street, Via Rapunzel, Via Costa, Coastal Road. So this is Rapunzel's Tower. I think I had watched Tangled recently, or was listening to Tangled, and I was like, you know what? Let's build Rapunzel's Tower. So a bit more of an impressive build than the lighthouse. It has I feel, a better spiral staircase. I like what I did with the windows, having this framing. And then just kind of a wide open space. And I love actually how the roof turned out. So if we fly over this way, and yes, in Minecraft you can just fly if you have a magical cape, because why not? But you have to be careful when you're landing because you can build up momentum and smack yourself. But I like the subtle sort of curve, the way it sort of flares out, but also slowly elongates at the top. I really like how that turned out. It's almost nighttime, so we're gonna halt the tour. Yeah, tricky is the down part. There we go. We're gonna continue the tour after we get a little sleep. Have a bridge. We'll talk about that later. This, I discovered the fun of glazed terracotta, and so I decided to just make a fun mural in a park. It looks really fun on a map too because it just does the basic color of each terracotta piece. So it's just kind of like a pixely mess of color. But I like how it all fits together. Up this way, I have this other thing first. Just a little camp. It's like a little park. I like it. It's cute. No, this Bathhouse. This I do know the inspiration for. I was watching. Sorry, I thought someone was tapping on my door. I was watching Spirited Away. Classic movie, great movie. If you haven't seen it, see it. If you haven't seen it recently, watch it again. But I was inspired to be like, yeah, let's make a bathhouse. Not like Baba's, what's her name? I forget her name. Anyway, not to do one like the movie, but just sort of generally inspired. So nice little reception area, light, airy, and then you have 3 different baths made out of quartz. And you can actually just barely fully submerge yourself if you squat down in the middle. Yubaba, thank you. I knew it had Baba in it, but my brain was going Baba Yaga. It's like, no, that's not right. Guardian, what are you doing in the... You know what? You've deserved a day in the sauna. You do you. But I like the little fires that are heating them. And I like these lanterns, these floating lanterns. We'll go down this way first. So down here I have a little stable for my horse. Little hospital, nice little waiting area. I just had a lot of clay. I felt like using brick. And all of the rooms are the same, and I like... The detail I really like that turned out well on this is the curtains, actually. Using these banners either as open or closed. But, you know, you could imagine this being like a little village hospital where you can stay for a little while if you need to, but also just have it be an examination room. So we have 6 of them. Up and over the counter. Over this way, we have the Via Appia. Appia is bee. Again, more bees. So I built this whole terrarium because the bees I captured kept flying away. Despite the fact that I gave them everything they needed, those ungrateful bees. So, I could make that jump. I usually can. Oh well. So yeah, I built this little terrarium for them. I like the flowing river. It's got their various hives. They are full. I need to harvest their honey. But the bees will come out and they'll forage, and they have berries, they have wheat, they have sugarcane, they have flowers, which I know they only need flowers in Minecraft, but you know, again, emergent storytelling. It's fun. I really like Minecraft and other creative games like this because it really gives you, it's a fun palette. And, I think there's something really beautiful that, like, because our God is a creator, we hear in scripture the way God lovingly brings the universe into being, that we can image God. So, in that same way. Hey, Churro Expedition Company, first of all, love the name. Thank you for the follow. This is a survival world. Been managing this world off and on since 2017, I want to say. But yeah, just that sense of using our creative abilities. If we're made in the image and likeness of God, then yeah, using our creativity shows God's nature in us. Via Orologia, way of the clock. Clock Street. I love this clock tower. Thank you, Churro Expedition. It's a fun project for me to manage and just come up with ideas and just mess around with it. Anyway, I really like how the marble flooring worked out. I like this whole like meeting area underneath the clock tower. But I also just like the way the whole clock tower turned out. If I can land on these trees safely. There we go. Like, I think the clocks look good. I love how the top turned out, the different use of woods. I'm really proud of it. It also took a while because all of those white blocks on the clock face are actually bone. Oh, I'm sorry you got lost, Step Zero. You need to learn your Italian so you can learn the street names. Down this way, we have the theater, the amphitheater. So I really like this entrance, the way it's like a wall split and held up. Again, just really proud of how that looked. So we have our seating for the amphitheater. Simple stage. Good for debates, good for low production, like simple sets. Anywhere you see cobblestone, that's a street. I don't know how you kept getting up on the mountain somehow, I guess. But yeah, I like the theater. What did I name the way of the theater? Via Teatro, of course. Theater Street. Via Foresta. Forest Street. Just a nice little walk through the forest. Little well for the village. This is the backside of the first church. We'll get there in just a moment. This is a stepwell. It's inspired by the stepwell that was used in the movie The Fall. If you haven't seen the movie The Fall, I cannot recommend it enough. It's fantastic. But I was just impressed because, like, when you look at a stepwell straight on, the steps disappear, especially with a texture like this. And they use that to great effect in the movie, and they do this just really cool reveal with it. But I just like the design, and so I put one in. And then this is the Church of St. Paul, because as a Paulist priest, why would it be named anything else? See, it's Via San Paolo. We also have a small cemetery for it. Some nice little tombstones, little freshly dug graves, a larger tombstone for someone special, nice cross in the middle. I like the, not the alternation, but the use of the moss stone. It gives it nice old character. But anyway, into the Church of St. Paul, which originally did not actually have these big square bell towers. Still not entirely sure how I feel about them, but I like what is on the inside. So inside, nice checkerboard floor, some nice, lots of pews, presider's chair, big altar, reading ambo. And I love that they added the candles. That's one thing I did change, is I took away what do they call these, torches? And I put in the candles because I felt that was more appropriate. But tabernacle. But nice big altar to look out at the people. Benches for servers, credence table to put the things on. Is there a bone somewhere in the altar? You know, I have not done that. What I have done, though, is I have a little vesting sacristy back here, little vestments for the four main colors of the liturgical year, little baptismal font. I promise we'll get back to the airship. We'll take a detailed look. That's my current project. But it's almost night. It's a good time to sleep. And then we can go across the bridge, check out what's over there. And I think that's just... There's another small pyramid in the forest, but that was more an experiment than anything else. Thank you. I like how the Church of St. Paul turned out there. It's a nice little country church. Come on, become night. I can see that it... Let me go to bed early. I'm an old man. So I have this bridge to get across. I like the spirals leading up to the upper level. And I like this sort of trellised look. And for those paying attention at home, the spirals are actually offset. They each go a different direction. Why am I hearing zombie groans? It must be somewhere underground. So I made this little park. I like using flowing water in Minecraft. I think it's a lot of fun. So I have these little staircases to get up. But it's just a kind of a nice meditative little park. But then we have this big building here. You probably saw it and was wondering what it is. Well, it's another church. This one is the Hagios Photos Holy Light Cathedral. It's inspired, well, not inspired, it is in the Byzantine style architecture for churches. So large dome in the center is a Greek cross in its shape, lots of small Greek crosses forming the windows, lots of arches. Huge gold dome. That took a while. But I like how light it ultimately also feels. I like I like the use of these stairs too to help draw attention between levels. But I really love how these towers turned out. I think these look really cool in the end. Yeah, Angry Buff Jesus in DC. Well, I do have. So in a Byzantine style church, you'll have a stand towards the front, whose name I cannot remember right now because it's a Greek word. But yeah, you can see it's just kind of like a nice wide open, lots of light. But there's like a stand, and you'd come and reverence an icon as you enter the church. On the left and right sides are single doors. Those are called the deacon doors or angel doors. Deacons and servers enter through those. The center are the royal or holy doors, and only priests and bishops or processions will enter and exit through there. But I have the altar set up, complete with the red cloth. That would be the Antimensian, 2 credence tables. And I tried making an icon in the dome. I don't think it quite worked, but it gets the idea. It's an icon of Christ, red undervestment, blue outer vestment is standard in iconography. Tetrapod, thank you. Yes, tetrapod. Yes, and this outer space, this raised space is called the solea. It's typically where one preaches from, or where orations or prayers are made. Then you have the presider's bench. But I like this iconostasis. I think it mediates the space of the archway well with use of the crosses flanking the icon. But yeah, this is, I think, one of the things I am proudest of that turned out in Minecraft. Oh, also, I did a pattern on the floor of a cross. Can I? Let's see if we can do this without hurt. Nope. You can stand on the pillars up there, but it's really hard to get up there without smacking yourself. Now, one thing you can't really tell is actually I was constrained by space, and this section is actually slightly smaller than the other 3, but you'd never really know it just by looking at it. So now let's get a nice high aerial view. See, there's the Holy Light Cathedral, Church of St. Paul. The bell towers, Rapunzel. And then lastly, this is what I've been working on lately, is an airship. Oh, what is the thing you read ages ago, Step 0? So I'm currently working on the balloon that holds this up. I've got the rigging on these sides. I've been thinking about going back and texturing this by like removing some blocks and redesigning and like replacing it with the occasional random like white concrete or other white blocks. That way from a distance it looks kind of patched up. This balloon keeps the airship aloft. Also the power of magic in Minecraft. And also imagination, I guess. So having now built this, I feel justified having a lighthouse in the middle of a mountain. But you have the anchor control. I want to redesign the anchor. I don't like how it is right now. I need to put the mooring up there, but we have captain's quarter in the back here. The stern, we have the controls, so a little cartography station for mapping. Oh yeah, I have heard about the survival mode where the guy kept all the rules of his faith. That was pretty cool. Who captains the airship? I do. I am the Balrog, I am the captain. You are the walrus, Goo Goo Gajoob. I like to imagine this is Captain Jarek's ship. But I like how the two wheels are. I got this design online. I was doing some searching for good ship wheels, but I feel like it's appropriate, and I feel it's good to have two because, you know, on an airship you need one for left and right and one for up and down. So below, we can close this whole hatch off. But below we have crew quarters, so they have a couple of tables, all the beds, some barrels. I like how this is this use of a tripwire. It makes it look like a tap or a keg. In the bow area, we have a little kitchen, a little galley. We have a little smithing area for the tools. Then we have the hold. Again, just lots of barrels. I like the use of the taps. All of these are my shulker boxes that I'm using to organize my materials as I build this. Yeah. So, excuse me. And back here we have the engine room. I think it needs a little more detail, but by and large, I'm pretty happy with how it's turned out. I like the use of the chains and the iron rods as like pipes, and I do intend to put a propeller of some sort on the rear in the end. Just haven't gotten that far. But there's the anchor. I'm thinking I'm going to redesign it to use more of the grinding blocks because I think they can look really cool when they're chained together. But as it is right now, I'm kind of like, so that'll be on the docket at some point. Ow! I just smacked myself with a lily pad. How sad is that? Ha! I knew I could make that jump. But yeah, you can see the shape of the airship here. Shape of its hold, it's minor keel. It doesn't really need a keel because it's flying in the same sense. But yeah, we'll put some propellers headed out the back end at some point. And it's almost night again. Let's go ahead and make the captain's bed our respawn point, because I'll probably be working here for the rest of stream. I will show you the other pyramid, because it's pretty close by. You can watch the sunset over the mountain behind the lighthouse. Oh, I didn't show you the inside of the observatory. I need to go back and do that. Pyramid, then observatory. That's what we'll do. You can see it there, poking out there in the forest. Perfectly ordinary place for a sandstone pyramid. This one is significantly smaller. But has a fun. I like the little lava motif. Has these secret. Ow, ow, ow! I'm on fire! Ow! Secret stairs to a bed because I needed somewhere to sleep while I was working on it. But it's always good. I wanted, and I might do this eventually, but oh, it's on the other side. I was thinking of connecting this to the main base via a tunnel, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. Where's the door? I'm getting trapped in my own pyramid because it has these cool, funky little antechambers to house the mechanics of the door. There we go. There's the observatory. And we can actually look out through the telescope. And Minecraft even added a spyglass. It's not the most powerful telescope, but it's our telescope. But I like the mechanical arms that hold it and make it look like it rotates. I actually like a lot about this. I like the amethyst border. I like this little window sill that it all holds up on. I like the doors. I actually have these doors on the dome that look like they would close up. There's another view of the bigger pyramid. I think that's everything I have made except for in the not the end. I forget what it's called. The fiery place. I've built a tunnel there, but like that's just to connect point A to point B. The Nether, thank you, yes. That is, and in fact, the word I was looking for. So let's take a look at our stock. Now we can put some wool out. Got some steel, some copper, lots of wood. Lots and lots of wood. Yeah, we could build these out. Honeycomb. Oh yeah, you need honeycomb because on brass, if you just leave it be, it will gain verdigris, which might be the look you're going for, but it will continue to turn more and more green. So you can lock it in at a particular stage or just prevent it from happening altogether by using a piece of honeycomb on it to put a wax sealant on it. Okay, so how tall is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it goes up by 2 more, but in 1. Then it goes out by 1. Now, how tall is that? Maybe if I look over here, it'll help. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 1. Ah, dingo's fetid kidneys. Well, this will be fun. Everything's fun. Everything's going to go perfectly normal. Oh, I almost got up there. All right, I'll go get some scaffolding. Do I have any scaffolding left? Yes. Okay, I have plenty. I live here now, under the sea. This is my home. Okay. Next magic trick. Just don't fall off, 5 head. Wait. How many? Okay, that's 2. 2 of 7. So 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Is that right? That looks vaguely rightish. Is it? That looks too tall. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that's right. It just looks weird. Ow. Walk the plank. You'll be flying in Davy Jones' locker. And now we just build this up. There we go. Our last piece of rigging. Well, that piece of scaffolding is just going to evaporate one day. It lives there now. It knows what it did. All right, let's go get some more wool, because we're going to need plenty of wool. I'm also going to need lots more black ink, but fortunately I have a pretty decent squid farming spot nearby. The squid seem to spawn more quickly there than other bodies of water. Yeah, so I would say. So Step Zero asked for tips on making things look good and planning out spaces for mega builds. First of all, making things look good, that's up to you. Like, not just like to do, but to define what really looks good. Like, are you happy with it? Good, then it looks great. Um, it's good to look at other pieces of other creators for inspiration to see like how they shaped things. And it can be something simple to be like, oh, I saw someone who designed something, but the only thing that interested me was the roof, and how they did the roof I want to incorporate into my next project, even though it's a completely different kind of building. So that you can pick up tips and tricks that way. In terms of the planning, I tend to plan out the foundation itself first. Of like, okay, well, first I come up with an idea of like, great, I want to make an X, and I'll usually put a note in my phone and uh, do like a very quick finger drawn sketch of what it might look like. Oftentimes, it does not look like that in the end, of course, but it gets the idea across. Um, and then I will scope out for a piece of land. If there isn't something that is sufficiently large, I will just shape it out. So actually, the backside of this pyramid, um, it's getting dark, so I don't want to get too close because a lot of this pyramid is not lit up. As you can see, a zombie spawning on it. You'll see the backside is very a straight wall. I kind of flattened out this entire plane in order to create this. Then I decide what the basic footprint will be. And that's usually working backwards of like, what do you want the top to be? Like, how much detail in a roof do you want? And then you kind of have to work backwards of like, well, if I'm going to have a roof that does X, Y, and Z, then I need a base that is sufficiently large to support it. And then yeah, I'll design the base, and I'll do concept pieces. So one thing I'll often do is actually I'll go into creative and be like, I have an idea halfway in my head, but it's easier to put together in creative first to be like, and do like a proof of concept on a smaller scale, and just be like, do these blocks look the way I think they do in my mind? Sometimes yes, fortunately, sometimes no, and you have to sit there. It's especially good for when you're working with redstone because it's a lot easier to just rewire and work on a blank slate. But yeah, honestly, also just time. Like, I think a good example is the dome on my science monument is not even a true dome. It's a pyramid. I didn't understand how to make domes. Also, and it's something I had to keep trying. Like the bathhouse wanted a dome, did not get a dome. In fact, it's not even centered on the building. But by the time I built the Holy Light Cathedral, I understood domes much better and was thus able to build one. There's also great tools online that just show you how to make like circles or various shapes, like the proportions that are good. Because like, in Minecraft, a small circle, it's like 4 points. That's easy. But then like when it's 14 across, you kind of have to curve it, and it's not a diamond pattern just growing out. It's a circle. And so just figuring out what a pixelated circle is takes time and lots of counting. Lot of math in Minecraft. It's secretly Mathcraft. All these sheep, they're so loud. A tricky dome for me is going to be the caps on this balloon. Because it's easier to do a circle when you can climb on top of it, but when you're looking at it dead on like this, it's a little trickier, and then it gets even more tricky. It's trickier than rocking a rhyme, even if it's right on time. That's right. It's tricky. Probably want to come out. I think about there's good because then I'll bulb it out. I want slightly beyond the bowsprit. And yeah, I know earlier I was saying I want to texture this, but I feel like I just want to map out at least the front half before I start texturing it, because it's easy to go back and replace blocks. If I replace blocks, then I can also get more wool, so I can build farther. And I'm intentionally leaving part of this as a gap so that I can more easily climb it up later. I promise to keep working on the music front so that next week we can have some nice little background music. But unfortunately, right now, if I try to do music, uh, it results in the microphone being picked up twice and being slightly off set each time, of course. Technology is fun, kids. Okay, let's go pick up some other white blocks. Forgot to drive off the shears. Good sheep. Keep eating your grass. Grow back your wool. We'll need lots more. Occasionally I'll find a salmon that's spawned here in this pond and swum up the waterfalls. I just find that humorous. Okay, let's see what our options are for some white blocks. Come here. So I could make some basic white concrete. That'd probably be good. Probably not white glass. What's white terracotta look like? No, not white terracotta. That looks very beige. So probably just some concrete powder and hardened concrete, which means we need gravel. We need sand. We'll need white coloring. Light gray dye. We could do light gray. Let's just go with white for now. So we're going to make as much white concrete as we can. 2 stacks. It's a decent start. This will just give us a sense of like what it looks like. Oh, cool. I can show you how the concrete concretizer works. So we're going to put 1 stack. Well, let's put that much away. Then we put that one in there. You put the concrete in your offhand and your pickaxe in the other. And you place your block there. And the thing behind you feeds you the concrete powder. You immediately place the concrete powder. And anything you don't pick up yourself gets picked up in the hopper. And you put wood behind because that slows down the pickaxe so you don't accidentally plow through and destroy the block behind. And this is a lot easier than trying to go to a body of water and swim around. Et voila! Oops. There goes a firework. I'm running kind of low on fireworks. I'm pretty sure I have more in my ender chest. But I should make sure so I can keep flying around. That to me is the best reason to defeat the Ender Dragon is you get this cape, the Elytra. Nope, wrong button. There it is. There's the cape. And so when you're flying, you can use a firework, and you'll go higher. Okay, let's see how this looks. So I have to be careful here because concrete powder, unlike a lot of things in Minecraft, has gravity. Ooh, I like that concrete powder actually. Because it's a very similar texture but kind of rotated 90 degrees. So it visually breaks it up just enough. Problem is I can only use it on the upper portions of certain parts. So that does kind of limit its use, but, you know. Again, you just kind of... Sometimes in science fiction set design, they'll call this greebling, where you just kind of add random detail. So I'm greebling my texture. So let's see how that looks from the underside. That looks okay. Maybe space it out a little more. I think these 3 are too close. But it does kind of look like patches that have been sewn on, which is kind of the look I'm going for. This is a rugged and used ship. Inhabited. My knees are okay. It helps that I've been playing this for so long that I do have very powerful armor, so I can fall from a height like this and be fine. And we've got to go to sleep. The biggest chokehold building in Minecraft. The night. Yeah, I'm liking that texturing. That's working for me. I'm more worried about creepers than anything else, Step Zero. Like, zombies are fine. Like, they're very easy to manage. But a creeper can really ruin your day, especially in survival, where it's like, oh, I just spent 20 hours making the thing, and a creeper just undid it in, an instant. They're party poopers, is what they are. And especially when you're making a build like this, like the top of the arch is a really bad spawn area because they would fall and potentially still be alive and go, surprise! And that's just no fun. Thank you for not cooperating, Concrete Block. I appreciate and value your input on this creative process. Yeah, I think to go back to your question too, Step Zero, sometimes with mega builds, it just doesn't work out quite the way you plan, and so you come up with a contingency. Case in point, Holy Light Cathedral does not have the footprint I wanted. I actually wanted it 2 spaces larger, but it was butting up against my bridge, and I didn't want to move my entire bridge over. Ow. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's more blocks off the side. Let's go. Dang it. I can't jump the fence there. That's why I installed these gates. Yeah, I like how this texturing is working out. That adds just a little pop visually. It breaks up the monotony. Which I should do while I'm going along and, you know, building this. But that might make too much sense. Let's see. Well, I guess it's time to go check on the wool farm. I know I could make it go faster by making more sheep, but too many entities in the server does slow down. Jeb, please get out of... Please stop being one with the fence. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Quit violating causality. Oh, sure, I accuse one of you of violating causality, and then you all want to dogpile on me in a corner. Well, it doesn't help if your friends are also doing automated farms, like an automated sheep wool farm, which is a very entertaining one because, like, the sheep will bob along a river, and then they'll pass by a dispenser that has a pair of shears in it, and it will shear them, and they'll bob along all naked and regrow their wool. Okay, are all the Jebs naked? Yes. No! You regrew your wool. They're too efficient at growing their wool. I can't leave. Well, automated farms are really important for certain things, like dynamite powder, gunpowder, for fireworks, because that becomes your mode of transportation so quickly after you've beaten the end dragon. Yeah, I like how those spots are turning out. And some farms, it's like if you need a lot of paper, which again you need for fireworks for your transportation, but you also need for books to get your enchantment station going. You can automate your sugarcane farm. And it's bedtime again. Oh, trust me, I am not like an expert in Minecraft by any means. Like I watch other streamers and I'm like, wow, I don't know how you thought to do that, B, executed it. But that's okay because you don't have to compare yourself to others. You can be you. I say as I cast white concrete powder down to the deck. Like I think aspiring to grow and hone your skills is inherently good. But it's also good to just accept it's like, yeah, of course I'm not where someone else is. They've probably spent way more time on this. You know, don't watch the Olympics and say, gosh, that could have been me this today if I just didn't have that extra cookie. No. But I think our society is just really sadly very caught up in a spirit of comparison, just constantly trying to measure ourselves against others. Oh yeah, no, I wasn't saying you're comparing yours. It just made me think of that. And we're almost out of wool again. But we've made good progress. Because all of this was lined up to here. So all of that's been expanded. That portion's been expanded. My ankles may be shattered, but that's okay. It was worth it. So I think we're gonna go get some squid ink. So we're gonna need more black wool soon. So while the wool's regrowing, we need more black dye. So because I only have 23 units of it. But like I said, the squid farm's fairly nearby. Almost smacked into some trees. Oh yeah, I also built a little cottage over here. Anyone want calamari for dinner now? Hacking some squid. Hacking some squid. Getting so many squid. Oh, this poor squid has beached itself. Let's help it. Oh, we helped it so hard it disappeared. That's what we're doing. We're making all these squids our friends. We're just really bad at it. I suppose part of the escapism of Minecraft is also that you don't really have to worry about overfishing. You don't have to worry about the ethical practices of how much you're taking out, because when you turn around, they will just respawn. There's that last one. There's the last one. For now. Again. See? There's already more. Don't want to start flying until I'm above the tree line, because it's very easy to take off and slam yourself into the other underside of the tree branches if you're not careful. Make this all into black ink. Put it in there. The iron. Oh, I've got more black dye there as well. That's good to know. And bone meal. That's good. I can make white dye with that. I think. Maybe not. Maybe they changed that. Well, I'm running low on rockets. Let's go make some more rockets, since we're just took out the last of the shulker box, or out of the last ender chest. There's too many storage units in Minecraft. I can't keep all their silly names straight. You expect me to know the difference between a chest and a barrel? This is ridiculous. Hi, Guardian, way up the canyon side. Need the gunpowder first. Guess I didn't show you the inside of this. Let me show you that. Here you can kind of see, so you have a center platform there. You use the carpet to keep spiders from spawning. Then you put the cats on shelves. And so creepers will spawn. They'll land in the water, which is flowing down towards the center. And then they get friendshipped into gunpowder. I think Minecraft's anniversary was recently happened. Or could be wrong. Yeah, friendshipped into gunpowder. It's a perfectly ordinary means of production. I don't know what you're talking about, Kevin Lisi. They get unalived into gunpowder. Would you prefer that? I was trying to make friends with this squid. I had more fireworks here. Okay. But still want to make more. I'm pretty low. Whoop. Put the paper back. I also have a weird glitch with these books. I can't actually stack these two books because I think they're different editions, I guess. Plop this spare one into the ender chest. I don't have anything left over baking, do I? No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, I also have this little farm back here for another wart. Good for potions. I'm hearing some interesting yelling going on outside. I don't know if it's picking up on the mic, but you never know who's going to be walking by on 59th Street. And lo, he said, "Give unto me your wool." Yeah, you shouldn't be hearing anything other than me in the game. Oh, it's duh. Sorry, it's been a very busy day. I had the noon mass, and then I had about an hour of confessions afterward. That's why the stream started a little late. Had to get some lunch in the middle. But I just read your comment steps here. I'm like, well, yeah, that is all you should be hearing. It's like, oh, I just made a comment about noise outside. So anyway, how's everyone else's cognitive ability today? 10 out of 10, still functioning? right. Let's go place this black wool. Not there. I suppose I could use charcoal blocks, coal blocks if I wanted to texture this, but I think the black's good on its own. It loses its texture pretty quickly when you walk farther away. So we're going to place these black wool pieces. And then we're actually going to hop over to creative. I want to just do some brainstorming on the anchor. Why make this more difficult for myself? I literally left steps up here for a reason. All right, let's disconnect from that. So I have a creative tester. If it will load, there we go. So you can see this is the test of what I was working on for the defense mechanism. This is a test still in progress of how I want to design the propeller. I have a design of the a mock-up of the telescope up here. So what do we need for blocks? We need iron. We need a chain. We need grindstone. Let's take a look at iron bars as well. Let's pop those in. So just gonna run a cross beam first just to hang the various anchor options from. So currently what we have is something akin to something akin to this. So that's the current anchor design. It's a little longer, but So what if we did something? Actually, let's just ditch all of that. So I think this makes for a very impressive looking chain. What am I trying to go for with anchor design? I'm not quite sure. Ooh. Not smacking my microphone, that's for one thing. I'm not quite sure. I guess I want something that looks both classically nautical, but also functional for a skyship, for an airship. So like that sense of it splaying out in all the directions. But I do like this sort of chained design on the grindstone. Let's see. Okay, good. It does connect that way. Can I get this to go the other way is the question. Oh, another question on large builds. Do you build this full skeletal structure first and then fill it in, or build piecemeal? Both. I've done both. I don't really have a set system. I typically like building walls by layer, so that I can just consistently do like, okay, at this step, at this level, I want to do this kind of detail, be it like the shape of the windows. For the ship, I did actually design sort of a skeletal structure and then filled in the wood. And typically domes, roofs, domes, whatever, those are good to do like a skeletal structure and work out from there. But main buildings, I tend to do more ground up. Well, I think it's bolts is the ideal I'm going for. Nope, that doesn't work because that is floating. Oh, what if I did something like this? I kind of like this because then you can imagine that these are joints that are currently locked but can be unlocked so that it can modulate and grip onto whatever it's thrown into. Um, you know, it looks a little more interesting than this. This one just looks too large and too small at the same time. Yeah, I'm really liking that one on the right a lot more already. See how it looks if I do this. You know, I don't actually hate that. I think it's honestly making these portions slightly skinnier that works for me because right now this just looks a little too blasé in its structure. Whereas this looks a little more interesting. Plus, what I could do actually even is to help build the airship design of it. If I do above and below, no, I don't like that as much. Thank you, Chuck. It's always good to sleep on a decision. That's why I believe in naps. You know, stressed out, not sure what to do for a project at work, take a power nap. I really like actually the difference between that and this. And it's a small difference because it's really just this block and all of these blocks. But I like the chain and the implication that these portions move, because that's a lot of design in Minecraft, especially when you're designing more of like a vehicle like the airship, is implied movement. Because obviously, unless you're using mods, nothing's going to move. So you find it where you can. So that's another thing with like the oh look, this piece has some verdigris on it, so that's what it looks like on the copper. So like this piece on the windmill, not windmill, on the propeller that I'm working on. And again, it's an idea I'm still working on the back burner, still kind of massaging out. But you know, how can you imply movement? Is it something as simple as that, where you can show that like there's a clear front end of the propeller or the sail or whatever. So it can vary. Hey, look, bees. Hey, the cart boy, thank you for the follow. I got spooked out by my own alert noise, which y'all can't hear because it's computer noise, but I set it up and I'm like, oh, this will be a good sound. I'm sure I'll hear it, and I can't ignore it. And it works. Maybe a little too well. But yeah, so I really like this. And you know, it's that's the thing is in Minecraft, it's a simple tweak sometimes because it's just little. Am I going for steampunky vibes on the airship? Absolutely. It's an airship. I am absolutely going for steampunky vibes. Did you see the engine room earlier, Chuck? Because I think that really adds to the steampunky vibes. And again, once I get a design settled on with the propeller. Oh, you just tuned in. You'll have to check the VOD out. You can get a full tour of the server that I have with my family. But yeah. So yeah, just working out a few more details, and then I'm almost done with that project, honestly. So, but I think that's actually going to be a good place to call it for today. So thank you for tuning in today, friends, for Retro Tuesday with Minecraft. Hope everyone has a blessed rest of their All Saints Day. Join us again on Friday for Let Us Play. We'll be looking at Mario and Rabbids Spark for Hope, I think is the subtitle. I forget it exactly. I have it somewhere. But yeah, so we should be taking a look at that. And then on Saturday, we'll be jumping back into Baba Is You at 10 a.m. So we hope to see you there. Don't forget to follow the channel if you haven't already. Thank you for all of the follows. Don't forget to check out the Discord and the YouTube page. So hope you all have a great rest of your day. God bless.